Welcome to the 10-Minute Car Sales Talk Podcast, where it's all about life in the car business. Telling you like it is, here's the man with the plan, Terry Cameron.
Welcome back to another episode of the 10-Minute Car Sales Talk Podcast. I'm Terry Cameron. This week we're going to talk about our secrets to success. There aren't very many, but I can tell you there are no secrets to selling. There's so many books, tapes, DVDs, YouTube videos, podcasts out there, all these experts that have been very, very successful telling you how to do it. And they all say the same thing. They may just use bigger words than the other ones, but they all say the same thing. So there aren't any secrets really on how to sell cars. You know, it's out there. They're not worried about you stealing their secrets because they know most people aren't going to use them anyway. So let's touch on just a few things. And I want you to keep in mind that all these secrets to success, these steps, are all within reach of everybody that's listening to this podcast. It is so easy. You just need to take it serious. Again, like Dave Anderson says, if you think it's important, you'll find time and you'll do it. If it's not important to you, you'll just make excuses. So let's get started. The first secret to your success is your selling skills. Now, before we go into that, let me ask you this. Whose responsibility is that? You're absolutely right. That's your responsibility. I'm sure there's some training where you work, and if not, there's access to it on the internet. And you can do that yourself. The skills, the selling skills, that's your responsibility. Now, I'm not talking about the gift of gab. I'm not talking about having that charisma and that personality. I'm talking about the skills, the being able to give a good presentation and demonstration, the skills on how to properly fill out a credit application that leads your customer to trust you even more, the skills on how to follow up and prospect, how to build rapport, how to investigate their wants and needs and find their hot buttons. Again, how to do a good presentation, feature, advantage, benefit presentation and demonstrations. I'm talking about your closing skills. And, again, your follow-up skills. That's your responsibility. Practice it. You've got all the time in the world during the day. Spend an hour each day practicing something. All you're going to do is get better. And if you get better, you sell more cars. If you sell more cars, you make more money. And I think that's what most of us are here to do anyway. Now, the second secret is habits. I looked up the definition for habits. And what I found was it says a habit is a routine of behavior that is repeated regularly and tends to occur subconsciously. Or it's a fixed way of thinking or acting acquired through previous repetition. So if I'm listening to that right and I'm understanding that right, it's something that we are doing that's causing the habits. So if we have these bad habits, we did that. We've been doing something so long, something bad so long, that's just normal for us. It happens subconsciously. But I think that if we could do that, if we could develop a bad habit because we've been doing something repetitiously, we could probably turn that around and start developing some good habits. Like showing up for work on time. Like spending 1 hour a day on your professional development. The habits of asking the right questions. The good habit of not pre-qualifying and prejudging your customers. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Good work habits. Setting a time every day that you're going to sit down in front of that computer and you're going to grab that phone and you're going to email and text and call your customers and follow up. Good, bad, or indifferent, sold, unsold, it doesn't matter. You have to develop those habits. Again, whose responsibility is that? That's right, you. It's your responsibility to develop your selling skills. It's your responsibility to develop good habits. And I don't care. I've heard all kind of timetables on how long it takes to develop a good habit or a bad habit. I don't know if any of those are true. I do know that if you practice the right way and you do it the right way over and over again, you develop a good habit. If you're doing it the wrong way and you do it over and over again, you're developing a bad habit. Who cares how long it takes? Fact is, you're doing it. The next thing is your attitude. Man, enthusiasm, a good attitude can go a long way with a customer. And again, that's your responsibility. When you wake up in the morning, there's tons of things that can go wrong. First of all, you're going to turn on the news and you're going to watch something negative. You're also going to turn on over to Sports Center. You're going to find out that your team lost or somebody just got arrested, put on suspension because they were taking some kind of enhancements. You know, we're gonna argue with our spouse. We're gonna argue with our kids. We're gonna rush to get them to school. We're gonna rush to get to work on time. You know, that's all conducive of building a bad attitude. But you have the opportunity. You have the choice to have a good attitude. Nobody can give you a bad attitude. They may have some say in it, but it's your choice to have a bad attitude or not. Again, I read in a book that if you're in a good mood, your brain works 31% more effective. Man, why would you not put yourself in a good mood? So, that's your responsibility also, that attitude. Show up for work with a good, positive mental attitude. So we've talked about skills, we've talked about habits, and we've talked about attitude. Last but not least is the gold mine in the car business. If you plan on making this a career, and if you plan on making a lot of money, being very successful, the last secret is the most important one. And that's working with your choice of customers. Skills, habits, attitude, and your choice of customers. And what do I mean by your choice of customers? Well, hopefully you're not coming to work to waiting for that up to blow in through the door and hope that he has good credit or she has good credit. They have a down payment. They're not 5, 10, 15 grand upside down. They're the ones that do walk in the door and will spend the entire day with you and make you feel like you had a successful day because you were with a customer for hours. Boy, your definition of success is a lot different than mine if you feel that way. Your choice of customers. But what I mean by that is, are you getting B-backs? Are you prospecting? Are people coming in asking for you by name? Are you scheduling appointments? Are you asking for referrals and then following up with those referrals? Are you staying in contact with your sold customers every 3 months with an email or a phone call or a text, something to keep your name in front of them? You realize that B-backs, previous customers, service customers, dealership customers, referrals, phone ups, all those people close at a 50% higher ratio than ups? I don't know. I think I'd rather work a little bit smarter and talk to 10 people that walk in the front door asking for me by name, knowing that that closing ratio is going to guarantee me a 5 or 6 car week, as opposed to talking to 10 fresh ups and being satisfied with 2, maybe 3 sales that week. Just doesn't make sense. I keep asking myself this. If we know it works, why don't we do it? So guys, that's the secret to success. Of course, you need your personality. You need to be able to talk to customers. You need to be able to comb your hair. You need to be able to shine your shoes. And that's about it. It's that simple. You have to develop that habit of doing the right thing every single day. Come into work to work, not come into work to wait. It's amazing the difference you'll see in your paycheck when you do this. So skills, habits, attitude, and choice of customers. You want to know the secrets to selling success? That's it. Now you just have to put it to use. Remember, if it's worth it to you, you'll find a way to do it. If it's not, you'll find an excuse not to do it. This is a piece of cake, guys. You need to start practicing every single day. Start investing in your career. Remember, you have obligations to you, your family, the dealer, your sales manager, and your team. So get to work. Stop playing games. This is a profession where you can make a lot of money. We should not be working paycheck to paycheck if we're selling cars in the car business. That's just not the way to do it, and you're not going to be around very much longer. All right, guys. I want to remind you one more time to hop over to my YouTube channel and subscribe. And I'd like you to share these podcasts. I think this is going to be episode number 70 with your friends. Ask them to share also. So, remember, like I always say, the sky's the limit. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for listening to this week's podcast. Please rate it on iTunes and visit the 10MinuteSalesTalk.com website to send an email. We appreciate your valuable feedback, and don't forget to share the show with a friend.